Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jeevanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Bhurida Janaha Bhuvi Grinanti Bhurida Janaha. We were seeing Sri Ramakrishna identifying a few of the disciples as Nitya Siddhas, master to Ram and other devotees. Devotees like Rakhal, Narendra, Bhavanath may be called Nitya Siddhas. Their spiritual consciousness has been awake since their very birth. They assume human bodies only to impart spiritual illumination to others. This is what we studied in the last class, the Nitya Siddhas, ever perfect. They never get caught in the net of the Maya, in the world and worldliness. They come when the universe, the whole universe, the cosmos dissolves periodically. These people will remain in the trans-relative existence, and when the creation again comes up, they jump upon it. Here, now presently I am in US, the winter is going to come, the fall is beginning, all the leaves start shedding, and only the twigs alone will remain and trunks. Thereafter, you will not see any life here moving about. It's covered with ice and snowfall. When the spring appears again, when the winter dissolves, again you see life shooting up. From the source, from the bottom, the whole life principle was alive, and the whole thing was hidden under the earth. The life force was hidden under the earth, as if the plants and trees have become dead, gone forever. And from when the winter ends, again from the bottom, the earth supplies all its need, and again the whole thing, the principle remains as it is with the trees and plants. The principle to manifest life is there, earth supports it. It is created by earth, living in the earth, returning back to earth. From the source, eternal source, it is continuing. Similarly, to continue the spiritual tradition, the understanding of God, the existence of the transcendental reality, the falsehood of this universe, which is constantly changing flux. So this, to give that knowledge of unchanging eternal reality that you are, to give that knowledge, they remain as principles. Just like the principles remain, the principles remain. And the support, eternal support, again pushes everything forward. Get up, go forward. the realization is brought into picture. Again, this souls aspire for higher life. Many fall into the net and start searching for small supports and enjoyments of the world, but a few transcend each time, attain and be the banking force for the next generations to come. So these are the Nitya Siddhas. There is another class of devotees known as Kripa Siddhas. That is to say, those on whom the grace of God descends all of a sudden and who at once attain His vision and knowledge. Such people may be likened to a room that has been dark 1,000 years, which, when a lamp is brought into it, becomes lighted immediately, not little by little. Kripa Siddhas. Suddenly, for no reason, the whole universe in which we are living, the cosmic existence, it is purely governed by the law of action and reaction, the law of cause and effect. There must be a cause for a definite effect, and behind every effect there is a definite cause. Anything you see anywhere, in any condition, any time, there is a cause behind. This is law of cause and effect. This we see in this whole universe. It is governed by that. But there is another exemption from the law, these laws, which you call Jivan Mukta or Mukti. And there is another thing, a divine force functioning for no reason. Here, in the realm of spirit, reasoning and logic doesn't apply into the realm of spirit. It is applicable only within the universe. A flow from the transcendental flows through the universe. It keeps on flowing. When we were children, my parents and grandmothers and all, they used to say, don't think anything other than welfare of the people and your own well-being. At all times, never a curse or belittling yourself must appear in your mind, because a bird will be always passing now and then above the head, unseen. It goes on saying, Tatastu, Tatastu. May it be like that. May a person who goes on telling, I am a sinner, sinner, he verily becomes sinner. They used to say, a person who goes on telling, I am mukta, mukta, I am free, is going to become verily free. That is the one is psychological positive view movement. Another is this spiritual awareness. It awakens. It does not only, it's a psychological, positivity is not only a psychological functioning. There is a beyond psychological functioning is also there, wherein you see it awakens the spirit. Go on telling. You can see generally if you go to a dark place or somewhere and think seriously, what is here? Something bad may befall on me. Oh, a ghost might be there. Just these thoughts that something might be here, something that understand that awareness makes you thrilling. Oh, a kind of fear appears within the heart. These things we have to, it is psychological, but there is another power which moves within the creation, which doesn't, wherein the law of cause and effect and logic, reasoning does not apply. That is a flow of spiritual current. Each place has a spiritual current. When your mind becomes calm, if it is not attached to things, it will experience the transcendental. Usually, in our Hindu tradition, the three kalas, the times when the day changes into night, night changes into day, when the sun crosses the zenith. These three times are called Trisandhya. So these three are considered as opening into the transcendental. The relative existence is calming down and changing its face. As if somebody is changing their clothes. The nature is was covering with night. Now she is covering with day. There is a change. This transformation period from day to night, night to day is considered most auspicious and precious time when you get tuned to the divine also, not only to nature, in and through. Only thing, you must not have much deep desires. Ordinary desires come and go, doesn't matter. Deep persisting desire, especially for enjoyments and possessions, should not be there. And deep attachment to things should not be there. Then easily your mind get tuned to the divine, because nature is transparent and you can peep through to the beyond. Like that, these spiritual vibrations, these times when nature becomes calm and opens up to the transcendental, and Parvakala, when time and nature matches in a particular way, whole cosmic, all the planetary movements, they said everything becomes favorable to each other. That's called Parvakala. We have auspicious times. It comes during the year, during the day, and all. So these things are independent of the law of cause and effect, and independent of our reasoning and logic. These things do not apply. So the Nitya, apart from Nitya Siddharth, Sri Ramakrishna is bringing into another aspect of realization for no reason. The God's grace is flowing somewhere, suddenly deposits. It is all pervading, it's flowing equally on all others like sunshine. Suddenly it falls, it gets concentrated and just flashes and goes forward. There is illumination in that soul. So this aspect, we cannot reason out why and how, but it happens. It is independent of the karmic load, independent of sadhana. You might not have done sadhana at all. Suddenly he gets the illumination. This is known as Kripa Siddha. That is to say, on those on whom the grace of God descends all of a sudden, and who at once attain the vision and knowledge. They get the vision of God and knowledge of God. Such people may be likened to a room that has been dark thousands of years, and which, when a lamp is brought into it, becomes lighted immediately, not little by little. Slowly it doesn't increase like dawn, and from night becoming dawn and daybreak, then noon. No, not that way. There is no graduality. Suddenly, just take best example is striking a matchstick in the darkness. Strike a match, immediately it illumines. So darkness is driven away. Those who lead householder's life should practice spiritual discipline. After telling these two aspects, the Nitya Siddhas and the Kripa Siddhas, Sri Ramakrishna is coming to the actuality for those others. Those who lead a householder's life should practice spiritual discipline. They should pray eagerly to God in solitude. To Mr. Chaudhary, God cannot be realized through scholarship. Who indeed can understand the things of the spirit through reason. No, all should strive for devotion to the lotus feet of God. Here the clear feature of human existence, the purpose of human existence, the meaning, the significance is brought out. The only purpose of human life, the nature has provided us with the human body, and nature has provided us with the required intelligence, capabilities and potentialities that you can make you a realized soul, can take you beyond all limitations of nature and release you into the eternal perfection. So here we see Sri Ramakrishna talking that those who are households should practice. We cannot sit and become Kripasiddha one day. Immediately after speaking about Kripasiddha, he says, those who lead the households should practice spiritual discipline. They should pray eagerly to God in solitude. In solitude, whenever you get time, retire from the active part of life. The moment you get few minutes, just retire to a calm place. You are alone. Maintain the awareness of entering into solitude. That in the heart, I want to go to solitude. Whenever I get, I must go to solitude. In solitude, I have to call on God. Just like, especially in olden times, the disciple and guru are the two lovers at the physical level also, or the mother trying to feed the child. These things we see, suddenly people enter, waiting for an opportunity to enter into solitude. Guru wants to tell something to the disciple. People are there. Guru's mind is waiting for all to retire. He wants to tell something which others do not need it at that time. But disciple is eager to give to the disciple and part, because time is short. So they will be waiting for an opportunity to express those things. So here we see mother wants to feed the child. She feels somewhere to enter into solitude and feed the child. Here we see the need of how the soul waits for that period where I can be alone with my disciple or my child or my lover. Where, because anything, slightest distraction makes me restless. I can't give my all to that. 100% I cannot give. But in solitude, nothing, no distractions, no obstructions. Calmly you can go, only two. So this seeking solitude must be there. Then you see, you get very lot of opportunities throughout the day to be in solitude. Everybody is taking food, you have finished your food, wash your hand and just walk out. Whenever few minutes, by the time others wash their hands and come and sit, you are in solitude. You are sitting where all others are going to come. And you are finished early, you are going sitting alone there. Call on God. By the time others come and join you, you have already met your eternal beloved, eternal companion. So, an opportunity the soul aspires and waits for, the solitude is available at every step. God cannot be realized through scholarship. Who indeed can understand the things of the spirit through reason? Because it's a realm where reasoning and logic do not apply. But the whole thing, every bit of the universe, it is governed by law of cause and effect. Logic is applicable, including planetary movements. You see Chandrayaan, how it landed on the moon. All objects, Earth is moving, Sun is moving, the whole galaxy is moving, and we see the moon also is moving. To land, to shoot a thing, an arrow, or to meet the flying bird wherever it is. How much of perfection, how far-sightedness, how clarity, how absolute 100% perfection must be there. This kind of perfection. That is, I can expect, I can understand. The logic is applicable. Why it is possible is logic is applicable and everything is following that law. But in the world of spirit, nothing, only divine will. There, no law applies, no reasoning applies, no principles apply. Nothing applies there. It is in its own absolute freedom and absolute glory. It's the ocean of bliss, peace, love, absolute. Eternal, unchanging ocean of bliss it is, ocean of peace it is, and ocean of love it is. And when we use the term absolute, there is no taratamya, there is no higher and lower, there is no superiority and inferiority, there is no degree of manifestations, there is no variations. So when there is nothing, there is one homogeneous, seamless existence, an ocean of bliss, peace, love, absolute. Absolute means there is nothing second. Now suppose I say, I am happy, how much? How much happy you are? I may say, I am happier than yesterday. But is it a limit? No. I may be more happier tomorrow or less happier tomorrow. There is taratama, greater and lesser. Degree of comparison is there. In the realm of spirit, there is no degree of comparison. It's an absolute love, absolute peace, absolute freedom, absolute bliss. So, in the realm of spirit, there is no. So, who can understand the things of the spirit through reason? No. All should strive for devotion to the lotus feet of the God. We hear, very often we see, here and there we move, we listen, nowadays Vedanta is taking a strong hold on the minds of people. It's excellent. It satisfies all reasoning. But there is a demand, there is a need in our lives to transcend those limitations and go beyond. It satisfies reason, but we have to go beyond the reasoning. We are holding it. So just to release ourselves from the world, Vedanta doesn't give you realization. Vedantic understanding, clarity in mind, it slowly releases you from the bonds of nature. The more you think of the Vedantic truth, the Atman, the Brahman and all, the moment you think of the Atman, purity manifests within you. All differences dissolve. When you say Brahman, all dualities dissolve. There are no two anymore. There is one existence. So here the understanding slowly detaches you from the world, and then you are longing to become free. You are longing to become eternally blessed. You are longing to free yourself from all aspects of nature for all times to come. That longing makes it realization possible. But we have to wait along because absolute Unconditional acceptance of the principle must be there. Repeated understanding must be there. So the Vedantic things we understand through reasoning, through the Guru's mouth when we hear. So many preachers are talking about the Vedantic truths. Listen, wherever you feel confident, wherever you feel it is nicely being presented, absorb, understand, and slowly, intellectually, you have formed the conception of it, and as if you are experiencing, you feel it yourself, but it is not a realization. Realization may take a few more lives to come of the Vedantic truth, but the total acceptance of it makes another way open is the Bhakti school, the love of God in various aspects. What we have to now immediately have in our life is clear understanding of the Advaitic Vedanta, and on that rock foundation of clear understanding of the Vedantic truth, on that rock foundation, unshakable, any condition of your life should not shake your faith in that. Such rock foundation, you build a beautiful edifice of bhakti, a palace of bhakti, a mansion of bhakti, and you start living in that with God alone. So God is Paripurna. His company gives you that Paripurnata. So you have to dwell in that world, a beautiful world which has no more limitations. Now, bhakti, ecstatic love of God, the faith in existence of God, the intimacy slowly you develop, and gradually you move towards the self-surrender, giving yourself unconditionally to God forever, the personal aspect of God which fills your heart. This bhakti you have to develop in a beautiful way, singing the names and glories of God. Our bhajans and all, how beautiful they are. Small worship and all these aspects you adopt to transcend the nature and go beyond. So Sri Ramakrishna says, no, all should strive for devotion to the lotus feet of God. You must understand the Advaita, accept it, accommodate in your heart, make yourself perfectly balanced, stable and equilibrium, and then develop love of God and play in that ground of beautiful love of devotion. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.